white cliffs of Dover, the ordeal of England's frontline town is over. But it was during the final 15 hours non-stop bombardment by the Germans from across the Channel that cameraman Pat Gay went to Hellfire Corner to record the epic story of a people who, for 4 years, have defied the worst the enemy could do. Alerts had become an odious habit, the intervals between them shorter and shorter. Shells were falling thick and fast when Gay started his tour of the battered town. The railway station is but a poor, crippled relic of those happier days when we were persuaded to go south for sunshine. Churchill Street, typical of so many others that have withstood the onslaught of dive bombers, flying bombs, and shells without number for over 4 years. The shell bursts were commonplace, and to Dover's old battle scars, almost every day were added fresh ones. The dogged old town, which has so aptly been called the lock and key of the kingdom, was becoming desolated in a waste of damaged houses and cratered streets. Scenes like this were an everyday occurrence. Even the constant shell warnings could not avert the grim harvest of death and destruction. Yet it never for one moment weakened the courage of the people of Dover. Theirs was the ordeal of living or dying in a frontline town, and they carried on. Dover the defiant. Britain salutes you. The wounded were taken, often under shell fire, to hospitals in the district. Many hospitals, vulnerable to the fall of shells and bombs, had to evacuate their wounded to safer areas. Tracking down shell bursts, Gay hurried from one incident to another. The discovery of what may lie around the corner was a grim contemplation. Rescue squads and willing helpers were already on the spot. The enemy's guns were taking further toll of bricks and mortar and flesh and blood. Broken homes, broken limbs, and even worse. But the spirit of the people of Dover couldn't be broken. Doverians promptly went about the business of repair. Nothing the enemy could do could panic a people who have stood up to 1,000 enemy shells a week. A community who have lived with death for 1,510 days under the enemy's guns. The final obliteration and capture of the heavy guns at Calais was the closing chapter which brought Dover and the neighboring towns of Hellfire Corner their hour of liberation. A few days before the garrison at Calais capitulated, RAF Lancasters and Halifaxes sent down a shattering weight of bombs on the gun emplacements. These are Germans who succeeded in killing women and children in the southeast coast. Jakub Nacken from Dusseldorf, 7'3", the tallest man in the German army, is one of the gun crew which the Canadians captured in their brilliant action on Calais. The siege guns have been silenced. Here is Dover's victory. Batteries of 16-inch heavies which lost the Battle of the Channel Towns of England.